Hey, Stonemen, Coach Adam here, giving you a quick update on things on a Monday afternoon. And it's a good time to do that just because we're about a month in now to our indoor practices already, if you can believe it. And just to go through a couple things, what we're doing inside of the quarry as a team. I know some of the parents are there watching here at the end. Others drop off and don't make them, and that's okay. But I just want to give you just a sense of what we've been working on and giving the boys as far as drill work, things that they've been working on, maybe even working on at home, and then also just some team updates as far as what I've been doing behind the scenes a little bit. First things first, the quarry indoor practicing is designed in a way that we can create different drill work indoors, but with time at also the utmost importance. So we only have that hour and a half that we can actually work. And so I come up with practice plans that I try to follow as best as I can to fit everything in that hour and a half. And it's not always the easiest. Right now, what I've been trying to do with the 11 that we have on the team is to really group them up with same positions or same skill set right now to kind of take a look at what we have as a team. That's why the catchers have been mostly grouped together. And we have a lot of the new kids this year grouped together, okay? That'll change as we move on throughout the quarry time. But I kind of got to get a sense of where we're at, how advanced we are in certain skills, what we need to work on. Is there, glaring issues with something, and how we work that out. So that's kind of what we've been trying to do as far as coaches inside the quarry. Now, as far as time goes, we always try to get the infield work and the pitching work and the catching work and then all of our hitting in. But because we have Fridays and Saturdays, what I have tried to do is make Fridays our infield and pitching practice, and then Sundays mostly our hitting practice. That will also change as the year unfolds, but just to kind of get us in that mode of what are we working on today so that the boys can put their minds on that instead of, let's say, I'm doing infield work on Fridays and I'm getting asked, when are we going to hit? When are we going to hit, right? Now we understand that Sunday would be a lot of the hitting, which we saw yesterday. So just so you know that. They are working so hard right now. I am so pleased. I think the assistants would also agree. We are seeing some awesome effort, and that is the only thing I could ever ask for. Will we get better? Absolutely. It might be a little bit clunky right now as we start to get into what we want to accomplish. Fast fielding skills, making sure we're scooping the ball, making good throws over to first base. And then when we're in the cage, making sure that our hand-eye coordination is there, hitting the ball, making contact. Is our swing on plane? Are we barreling the ball? Are we missing the ball a lot? Those kinds of things. But I am seeing such good effort, and the boys seem to be having a lot of fun. We will continue to work. This is certainly not a finished product, and it might not ever be a finished product, but what we want to do is make whatever we start with look back on it and say, wow, we're so much higher and better than what we were when we began practice. And that comes with the effort, and it comes with time and experience. So the boys right now are putting forth that, and the coaches are very happy. I got to say, too, it's, again, a testament to the players. So far, the respect has been great. I have not had to, have anyone sit out. I have not had to talk with them about their behavior or demeanor while there's practice happening. The focus has also been pretty good when I'm instructing or when the coaches are going through some things. So keep that up. Encourage your players to continue that practice. That helps the coaches just get through the material, and I don't have to repeat it. Certainly just a very good thing that they're doing, and it really helps everybody. As we get into the winter now and we're going forward in learning more things, what I try then to do is have the boys, if they can, work on it at home. I know that's not always possible, but for the parents, if you have space in your garage, let's say, or maybe somewhere downstairs where you could set up a tee, that's something that we can do during the week in preparation for our practices so that we're already warmed up. If you don't take swings for 7 days, right, it could be kind of tough to get back into it. And so that's what I try to say, right about now as we get into December. If we have that opportunity to take some extra swings, or even if it's throwing a tennis ball, let's say, at a wall or in the garage somewhere and just doing some fielding, as long as you're not breaking any windows, that's always going to go towards, just bettering the player. So whatever we can do. And even I've had a couple parents ask me, what can I do, Coach? What is it that I can do when I'm home with my son and, just try to help him out with something? One of the best things I've ever had, as far as a push to do something at home is just on the floor. It's really kind of simple. You can have a tennis ball, okay? Maybe be 12 feet or so apart and roll tennis balls and bare hand that tennis ball and then throw it back or roll it back to your dad or your brother or whoever. I know it sounds silly, but it's not. It really isn't. It's that hand-eye coordination. It's scooping the ball, getting it, and bringing it back. And a lot of that can be taught now, okay? 8, 9, 10 years old, hand-eye coordination as they're doing it, it really goes a long way, and that's one of the most simple things that we can do. The other thing that we can do when we're not even in the cage is work without a bat. And I'll show you exactly what I mean here as I have the tripod set up. But really what I want to see is, are we going to take a look at where we're striding when we're making that swing? And the boys, again, are just learning this for the first time, as maybe when we were doing tee or we're doing machine pitch, it was a little bit different, right? So one of the things that we can certainly do when we're at home, and I don't even have a bat with me here, okay? I could grab one, but I won't, is certainly just getting in a stance, okay? And have your hands on the hips, okay? And pretend that you're in the batter's box, okay? But you don't have a bat and you're not swinging. Just step, okay? So it's one little step and turn, okay? With your hips, okay? You can do this 10, 20 times. Step, turn, okay? Okay, I'm looking at the picture. Step, turn. And then you can move into, okay, now I have a bat. You can fake that you have a bat in the next step or grab a bat, okay? And everything's the same. Step, turn, okay? Step, turn, okay? And I'm not even swinging yet. So these are the little things that can really help us and really help the players out, even at home. And I do encourage you guys to encourage them to do that. 10 minutes, get them away from the screen, get them away from the video games, and say, hey, let's do a little bit of that work that Coach Adam had maybe brought up, so when practice happens, we're a little bit more warmed up. Okay, so that's enough. But I wanted to give you that because I've been asked that, and if I'm a wealth of knowledge in that regard for baseball, I'd rather give it than hold it. It's not doing me any good. My playing years are pretty much done now, so let's give it to the players. But with that, just some team updates. You guys have already seen a few of the updates I have for our tournaments, and give you a glimpse now of what that looks like, because I did add another one and I'm really excited about it. So we are going to be playing an indoor tournament in April. It's going to be April 12th and 13th, and it's called the Grand Slam Classic, and it's at OAW Indoor Facility in New Berlin. I've been there for soccer. I've seen some of the games in passing. It looks like a lot of fun, and it's indoors, so no rainouts is a good thing. We're going to play at least 3 games that weekend, and we'll see what the competition's like. The way I see it, because it's such an early tournament, it gives the boys some really good early competition, in-game action. So that's really going to say, okay, it's not practice anymore. This is the real deal, and you're going to get it earlier in the season before our league play begins. So I think that's going to be a really good thing for them. It's already paid for, sent that in, so that's happening. We also have that Kettle Moraine tournament that's going to be happening May 18th. That's a one-day tournament, and we'll see how that goes. I've never played in a one-day tournament in that way, but should be good, and it's relatively close in Dousman. So that's going to be May 18th. take a look at your schedules, make sure you have that in, and I'll have all of the tournaments and the games, not only in Crossbar, but also in Game Changer, where we score all of those games. And then we also have that Baraboo Classic. That's going to be our last tournament and basically the last games we play next year. And that's July 26th and 27th. Planning for that with Alex and Kendall will continue to happen. We'll talk through that, and we'll see what we can do about getting some rooms and a place to stay. My whole goal in that is, yes, to play baseball, but also have a really fun time at the end of the year. And by that point in the season, the boys have played a lot of baseball. So I think it's really deserving, too, that they have some fun. When I saw that tournament come up and I knew about it already, I said, I got to get in that. And so for the fun with it, and it's a little bit of a road trip, I think that would be a really good way to end our season. And I hope you guys think the same. So I'm looking forward to that. More details to come as we get that planning happening. If you have any questions about it, if you have any suggestions about the Dells area, let me know. We'll try to get that worked out here. I'd like to get that planned out before the holidays so that we have that and we don't run out of time. One quick update just on our team. Please RSVP. It's really just the one expectation that I really have for everybody. Again, I'm making practice plans. I will also make lineups for games. If you're not going to be there, the earliest that you know that, please let me know. Throw that in Crossbar and say that you won't attend. That's fine. Or shoot me a text and say, hey, Adam, sorry, last minute, they're sick or something, or can't make it, or we have to be somewhere. I'm totally fine with that. The problem is that when I don't know about it, and then I have people set in groups or in the lineup when games start, and I have to take people out and readjust, it's a lot more work than maybe a lot of people think. So RSVP for practice and in games, please, and that will really help me out. Quick update on uniforms. So helmets were distributed to the new kids this year. Yesterday, everyone got their new Stonemen helmet, which is awesome. Please take care of the helmets as much as we can. They're not indestructible. And the screws on the side where the chin guard is can get loose if we're rough with the helmets. And I know they can be in the baseball bag and things like that and kind of jostle around. So just be careful with the helmets so they don't crack. And again, I think we'll be fine if they're taken care of. The actual jerseys, just to give you an update, I do know because I went to some of the board meetings that our jerseys right now are going to be decided very soon. I would even think in the next week or so, we would know what 2 jerseys we would have. Those jerseys will also accompany a set of pants, a belt, and some socks. So that all comes in with your Stoneman uniform. So that's all coming in. We will have a day at the quarry in order to size those jerseys, the pants, all of that. I don't have that date just yet because I don't think we know it until the uniforms are decided. But that will be coming. We actually will do it at the quarry. And I encourage parents when we do have that day to be there and help your son out getting sized up. I'm not the best at sizing kids and their youth size is too good. So if you know that they run a little larger or smaller with their pants and stuff like that, or shirts and that, I think that would really help. It only takes about 5 minutes to size. So I will let you know as soon as that happens, and it could be very soon. Also, with the jerseys, I am planning to design an alternate jersey as well. I wanted to do that last year. We did get an alternate jersey for the last 2 games, which was really cool. I'm in the works of doing that right now. What I'd like to do is use some of our fundraiser money for something like that. And fundraisers being things like Super Bowl squares that we'll do again this year, March Madness tournament, bracket challenges. And if you guys have any other fundraiser ideas for the team, I'd really like to know about it. What that can do is not only give some winnings to a winner, but it'll generate some funds for the team that we put back in the pot and we can use for tournaments, we can use for things like jerseys or other fun things. Last year we had our team party at the end of the year paid for by our fundraiser. So just things to think about as we move forward. But lastly, like I said in the beginning, the boys are really working hard. The effort's there. We will continue to introduce new things that they haven't seen in baseball. But it's important to learn these things so that when we're on the diamond, we can actually do them. But then also teams that are out there won't know that we're ready for it, right? So that's one of those things. If your son came home yesterday and said, hey, we learned how to bunt yesterday, that's one of the things, right? So not a lot of teams out there right now with 9-year-olds are learning to bunt. If we lay a couple bunts down in the season, which I do plan on doing, let's see if those other teams are prepared for that so we can get some runners on base. More great things to come. So with that, guys, I just wanted to give you this note. If you have any questions, concerns, you know where to reach me. Always text me, call me, and with that, I'll let you go. But have a great week, and we'll see you on Friday. And go Stonemen. Talk soon. Bye now.